Good day, everyone. My name is Adebisi Raphael, a graduate student of Technology Management in the Department of Applied Engineering Technology in North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University. Today, I'll be talking on my project, which is Supply Chain Management Vulnerability Exposed by the Pandemic and Suez Canal Incidents. First of all, I would like to talk about a brief introduction of supply chain management. Supply chain management is basically the management of goods and services, which includes moving of raw materials and converting them into finished products, transporting these products to the distribution site, and distributing this product to the customers. It also involves the coordinating of the suppliers, manufacturers, and the vendors, which also includes managing of the logistics of the product, development, marketing, and the customer services. In this my project, I would like to talk about the effects of the pandemic, which is the COVID-19 on supply chain management, and also I will talk about the blockage of the Suez Canal, the effect of it on the supply chain management. First of all, I would like to talk about the COVID-19 pandemic, which is also known as the coronavirus, which is an ongoing global pandemic caused by severe acute respiratory syndrome. It was first discovered in December 2019 in Wuhan, China, and some of the symptoms of this is fever, cough, shortness of breath, fatigue, headaches, new loss of taste or smell. It was first alerted in December 31, 2019, and the outbreak was first declared in January 4, 2020, and the virus was first identified as nCoV in January 9, 2020, and the first date was announced in January 11, 2020. As at May 2020, about 5 million cases has been recorded globally. And the effect of the pandemic on supply chain management is folding up of small businesses and entrepreneurs. A lot of businesses folded up as a result of this pandemic, as companies couldn't pay their staff salary anymore. Increase in price of goods and services. There was an inflation in the price of goods and services as a result of companies not being able to produce anymore. Their staffs couldn't come to work as a result of social distance, and there were shortages in personal protective equipment. Personal protective equipment such as the face mask, hand sanitizer, among the rest, there were shortages as a result of the demand was increasing and the supply was reduced. As we all know, health is wealth. Increase in transportation cost. Because of people couldn't go to work, the little that was available, there was increase in transportation costs as oil wasn't produced anymore. A lot of companies shut down, a lot of manufacturing companies shut down, which made me to write my fifth point, which is the closure of some manufacturing companies. For example, the Ford Motor announced a 1-week closure of their plants in Louisville, Kentucky, due to the shortage of their materials not being available. They have to shut down so as they won't be able to lose on both sides, as they won't be able to pay their staff just their salary. Also, I would like to talk about the Suez Canal blockage on the supply chain management. The Ever Given ship is one of the largest cargo ship in the world. The Suez Canal separates the continent of Africa from the Middle East and Asia, and this is one of the busiest trade routes in the world, handling about 12% of all world trade. The passage saves ships some 7,000 kilometers, which is about 4,300 miles a travel when compared to the routes around the southern tip of Africa. The Ever Given ship was blocked for 6 days. It was blocked on March 23rd and it was reopened on March 29, 2021. Up till now, there is no clear indication that climate change played a role in the sandstorm that led to the ship blocking the canal. About 12% of the global trade passes through the Suez Canal, carrying goods worth over 1 trillion US dollars every year. About 50 ships a day passes through this canal, carrying about a total of $3 billion to $9 billion worth of cargo passing through the ships every day. And my next slide is talking about the effects of the Suez Canal blockage on supply chain management. The first one is scarcity of goods. As a result of the 6 days blockage of this Suez Canal, goods were scarce. A lot of companies that were expecting their products on the underhead and couldn't receive it anymore, and it got to the result of goods being scarce, delayed delivery of goods. As a result of this, the expected delivery dates of goods were changed. Most manufacturing companies where components are not produced domestically, the entire manufacturing process is in danger. It was delayed as a result of the delay in the delivery dates of goods. Rerouting of ships, which is also another effect of the Suez Canal blockage on the supply chain management. Some ships were rerouted around the Cape of Good Hope, adding another 6,000 miles around Africa to their journey, which results into the inflation in prices of goods, because when they have to spend more journey on water, they have to spend more fuel. So there was inflation in the price of goods and also spoilage of goods. The increase in number of days that the ship spends on water, some of these perishable goods got spoiled inside the ship, and this became a loss on the part of the manufacturer that is sending the product down to the other end. And this slide is talking about my suggestion or my recommendation to supply chain management for future occurrence. First, I would like to talk about localized production. When localized production is encouraged, it increases the GDP of the country, it increases job opportunity, it makes the city a center of attraction, and it also reduces crime rate. When there's job, it reduces crime rate. 2, limiting the number of tiers in supply chain. I will advise every company, any manufacturers, to learn more about their direct suppliers and firm that supply their suppliers. Same continent. In a situation whereby most of the production process cannot be localized, the company producing other parts shouldn't be too far from the main manufacturing company. That is a good point. I would like to talk about. For example, Pat Gelsinger, which is the CEO of Intel, recently announced that the tech giants will soon establish more factories in the US and Europe to reduce its reliance on external microchip supply chain from Asia. Innovation and efficiency. In this 21st century, I would advise every manufacturing company to leverage on the use of the technology available, automation, to also leverage on the use of robots, most especially in this age where social distance is highly encouraged. When automation is encouraged, is used, it increases efficiency, it increases time and production number and number of products to be produced, and also widening of the canal. When the canal is being widened, it allows the easy movement of ships to and fro, and also government policy. I will advise government to set up a committee that will focus on the effect of COVID-19 and any other future pandemic, and this committee should also collaborate with the private sector. Thank you. And these are my references. And this is the continuation of my references. Thank you.